Hi, I'm Hope. Welcome to my kitchen. Each week I go through easy to follow, delicious recipes and meal prep ideas that you can make at home. Today we're making yogurt in the Instant Pot. For this recipe we're using the cold start method of making yogurt. Now that means we have to use an ultra pasteurized milk like Fairlife. So there's only two ingredients really in this recipe that we're using. So the milk and a yogurt with live active cultures. I'm using Fairlife yogurt today. Now you need to use this kind of milk because it's already gone through an ultra pasteurization process, which means you don't need to preheat the milk or boil it or anything before adding the yogurt cultures. Again, this is called the cold start method. We're making plain yogurt today because in our house we love to add our own kind of flavors and toppings, but you can add sweetened condensed milk and some vanilla if you like a little sweetness in your yogurt. So the instructions are really super simple. You want to first start off with a very clean Instant Pot. Now if you've run your Instant Pot insert through the dishwasher, that should be just fine. And you also need to make sure your seal is clean. I use 3 different kinds. I've got this one for the mild flavors. And then I use a red one for spices and a clear one for just general flavors that don't have a lot of spices in them. So assembly of this is really easy. I'm going to use almost a gallon, which is 2 of these. But I think I'm not going to use quite that much. Maybe I'm just going to use like they're 1.5 liters or 52 fluid ounces. So I'm going to put a whole one in here. So that's 52 ounces or 1.5 liters. And I'm only going to use half of the other one. So not quite a gallon. Okay, so next, I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of plain yogurt with live active cultures in it. Now, if you're using a different one other than Fairlife, just make sure you read the ingredients and that it has live active cultures because that's the ingredient that makes the yogurt. So a couple of tablespoons. Should be good. And again, I'm not using the flavoring, but you can use it. You could use Eagle brand milk, not even the whole can if you don't want, and vanilla. So I've put the yogurt in. I'm going to make sure it is just very mixed up very well. Next, we'll put the lid on. And we'll set it to the yogurt setting. Okay, so that's yogurt. And I have it set for 9 hours, but you don't have to have it just that long. 9 hours makes it pretty tart. I think in this case, I'm going to set it back a little bit. I'm only going to do it for 8 hours, and that kind of makes it a little milder. So I think you can do it anywhere from like 6 to 9 hours, even 10 hours if you like it really tart. So we'll set it there and start. Now you may be thinking that 8 hours is not so instant, but it's another way you can use your Instant Pot. Now when this gets done, we'll be back to see the final results. So here we are 8 hours later and our yogurt is done. Let's give it the spoon test. not bad. It's a little soft, but it is good enough. Look at that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put a couple into some containers, and then we're gonna strain the rest of it to where it's more like Greek yogurt. That will be more of a overnight process. Okay, so here we are. I'm going to put some of this yogurt into a strainer. It's a very fine mesh strainer designed for yogurt. It will actually strain pretty quickly, and the longer you let it sit, the more like Greek yogurt it will be. So this was skim Fairlife milk. If you used like a whole milk or a 2% milk, I'm thinking it would probably be quite a bit thicker right out of the gate. So I'm gonna put some into a container here, just on its own, to see if that one, oh, that looks pretty good. That looks more like, not a Greek yogurt, but just a regular yogurt. And we like to use these, how many containers? 16-ounce containers, but only fill it like half full. And then we can put our own toppings in. Sweetened. And this one, remember we made it, it was no sugar, so unsweetened. So it's just very plain yogurt. So I'm gonna go 2 of these. And then the rest I'm going to put in overnight in the fridge, and it'll be a greater thickness tomorrow. So thanks for joining me on Hope's Homemade Kitchen.